What's up guys, Saulius, I'm back again. So today we're going to be reacting videos about was games that were made to launder money. Laundry money, really? Made by every not. This will be 7 minutes videos and that's it. That was so short, so let's begin. So this will be 5 games how made was one. So we're going to react to videos, shall we? And also we're going to see what happened to Bill Bob Taylor became rise and downfall. I would definitely say about for that. Okay, so we're going to be reacting videos, shall we?
Let me ask you a question. Which recent game have you played and thought that, man, this game is stupid and the developers should be ashamed of themselves? But let me tell you something. They are not ashamed. They want it to be bad so that they can make money. The current video game industry is plagued with these unfinished and terrible games that were made only to make money, not entertain people. Let me walk you through some of the finest examples of that. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. 3. The one released in 2023, not the old one. The old one is a classic OG. The current one is a stupid little... I don't want to say that word.
You can't say that word, you stupid little cunt. Yes, I would say you stupid little cunt. Why you say that stupid little cunt? Because we're gonna say that. Really, YouTube will allow this word? Stupid little cunt? Yeah, I have to say that word.
For Activision Blizzard released a game, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, at the maximum possible price for a game. And people were hyped like, yeah, the final game of the trilogy. Let's see what they're going to show us.
Before we go and continue, there's also I forgot was are you going to play was and the light? And the light people asking are you going to play original or remastered? I'm going to play remastered, but I cannot play original. Realize which we cannot play it, so we can't play remastered. So I will do save up. We have to wait months, okay? People.
And when they booted up the game, it was 226 gigabytes. No game has ever been this big.
Yeah, this is the largest gigabyte in history. I fucking hate this. How this is the largest gigabyte in history? I know like it gigabytes so much.
At least for the Call of Duty. But the best part is that they only used older assets. Yeah, they literally did nothing new. They made old assets for their campaign that were whooping for 3 hours. And these 3 hours of standby, if you are an expert Call of Duty gamer, you might appreciate in about 2 or 2.5 hours. Yeah, that's how big and massive the campaign for this game was. But what did Call of Duty feel like? Who even plays a game anymore? Just play multiplayer, boy. Well, why should I pay $70 for a
Multiplayer mode
multiplayer game
definitely
that I
trash.
already own?
I know.
Warzone, mate. But even if you turn a blind eye to the length of the game, the story was just shit at best because they didn't do anything creative. It's just like, yeah, it's happening, but nothing to excite you. It's like the campaign was only a decoy to sell you $70 for an online game that you already own. But we all know that this game is going to sell millions of copies too. Every year, Call of Duty is the only franchise that can produce anything and sell millions of copies because it has a dedicated fan base.
Yeah, he got best-selling copies ever. Just what the fuck? How he did go best-selling copies? I never fucking saw. Dude, what the fuck, man?
Nuts for anything. I'm a Call of Duty fan, but I'll have to openly criticize the blatant hypocrisy of Activision. But
One more. There was also released this one was Black Ops 1, 2, 3, 4. People asking where was 5. Was he skipped it? Was released at 6. And also I saw that trailer there's a Black Ops 7. I did not know, and I caused another one more disaster. Yeah, this would be a game will be released at this drop. This would be best or disaster. We never know. We have to save up for that. We have to wait months. Okay, people.
yeah, I'm waiting for the next Call of Duty game that's worth at least 500 gigabytes. Do you remember when, at the time of release, people were mad like, hey, this is an unfinished game, but Studio was an OG, CD projects are real, they release more and more patches and updates and fix the overall game. Now it's one of the most played games right now. But you know, not all studios are like that, and not all games can be fixed, and this map game is the perfect example of that. Lord of the Rings, the Golem, the game, because everything is broken about this game. What do you want to fix? Just create a new game. Oh, wait, they can't do that because the studio is closed. Yeah, the studio literally closed. The one that made the game. Back earlier in the year, when this game was released, it was rated by an enormous number of people because they knew it. Like, why are you charging $60 for a game that is not even a proper game, at least for this generation, and there's nothing but bugs and more bugs? I refuse to believe that the budget of this game was anything more than probably $1 or $2 million, at best, and they probably made 10x of the fails of Pre-Order and Die Hard, Lord of the Rings fans. But if you are thinking Lord of the Rings is the only franchise that delivered stupid, unfinished games with 12 and 23, then you are wrong, because we have King Kong here. Yeah, you must have heard of this game, Skull Island Drive of Kong, because again, this game is getting bashed. Some are calling it the best game of all time, and some are calling it the worst game of all time. You can purchase this game. It's only worth $50. Yeah, pay $50 for a game that was made for 6-year-olds. Seriously, play this game and you're going to feel like, hey, am I playing some sort of bootleg Android game? I have a theory that the developers of this game paid 90% of their budget to make that trailer, to fool the fans by saying, hey, look at how cool our game is. Come buy a pre-order and get robbed, boy. You know how IGN gives a fan rating to any game. It doesn't matter if it's from Afterpiece or State of Crap. Even IGN this time said, we are done with you. They give it a 3 rating, which is double what the average Steam user gave it. But yeah, the studio probably had money in it, because you need to play a game to test it. Moving on to the next game, Forspoken. Or, I should say, shouldn't have spoken. Well, this game was sold like hell in the pre-order phase. Everyone was pre-ordering like, hey, we want to play this game. Even though we know that a digital game will never come out, we're still going to pre-order. And when the game was released, we can say that people were messed up. Again, glitches, bad stories, and stupid dialogue. But unlike other games that were unanimously bashed by people, Forspoken had a guild. This guild consisted of highly qualified video game journalists hired by Square Enix to defend their precious game. And they were basically saying, hey, stop bashing Forspoken, buy it, and give Square Enix $70 for a game you don't even like, because we as gamers should support underrated games like this. It actually made about scanning, but yeah, support underrated and small developers, and don't hate just because of the protagonist. Blah blah blah. But hey, remember, it's Square Enix.
We
They're going
almost
to
there with
release
this
more
would be
patches to fix
Sonic,
the
and
game
that's it.
slightly,
Oh my
but they
goodness,
will
not
never
this
reduce the
Sonic.
price.
Yep, of
This
course,
game
this is
still
the
sells
worst
for
game ever.
$70.
In
And for
recent Xbox
compassion,
360.
you can buy Donkey
I was
Kong for a
pushing,
lower
I was
price.
correct or
So
not?
why shouldn't you
I
buy
would
it?
guess.
But these are some of the recent examples. Let's go back to the pioneer of unfinished,
Yes,
terrible
that
money
one.
laundering games, which is 2006's Sonic the Hedgehog. And oh boy, if you haven't played this game, you should, if you want to know what a bad game looks like. But this game has that energy. The studio gave the developers a 1-week deadline to make the game. Like, hey, just do it quickly. We want to label it Sonic the Hedgehog and sell it like crazy. It did sell like crazy because people weren't aware of the mess. Everything is terrible about this game. The story is just dumb. Well, yeah, you do not expect a good story from a Sonic game, but still, it's even low for their standards, and the graphics are worse than in 8-bit games. But you know how good Sonic is at controlling damage. So this game did not affect very much the future of Sonic because they have a ton of characters. They can all definitely be spin-off series. Like, hey, don't you want to play Sonic? Well, why don't you play Sonic's Evil Red version? So these were some of my picks from the vast ocean of unfinished, overpriced games. And there can be many parts made from this particular topic, but there are different ways I will make them. I always try to do something different and unique. So, if you enjoyed this video, you can do me a favor by subscribing to the channel, because only like 5% of the people are subscribed. Well, actually, the number is about 3%. You know what to do. It really means a lot. And once again, thanks for watching. I'll definitely see you in the next video. Till then, take care.
So that's it. So we know the game's best, but the game got worse. So we have my sons. We're gonna explain the game first. What? There's also what game was and Walking Dead. Also we know, and also famous one Avatar, famous one Nickelodeon cartoon films. But sadly, this is the worst one. And yeah, this is animations. Avatar, he released that game in 2004, but this is the worst game. And yeah, none one worst one. I hate this one, Avatar. This is the worst game. There's a lot worse game ever, but I never played. There's also I never played with Cyberverse 1 and 2. Yeah, there's a clone Outlast games I never played, but this is the weirdest shit ever. There was also I want to try was Outlast mobile port. Yeah, we want to see 140 MB because I'm going to try. This was made by Osama DEV Games. Yeah, this one I never played. I would definitely save up. Okay, so yeah, I would say goodbye, Saulius, and see you tomorrow, okay? Stay tuned for that reacting videos about Billy Bob Taylor became rise and downfall. Okay, people? Bye.